Let's compare two incredible devices, Steam Deck OLED and Asus ROG Ally. At this point I have the same game here on each device, and we will do a comparison between these two screens and devices and specs and which is my favorite. So at this point, as I said, we have the same game and the same brightness. It's at maximum here. Brightness set at maximum on Steam Deck OLED and also here on Asus ROG Ally. So let me show you. This is how they look. I don't know if the camera will catch the differences, but definitely the Steam Deck OLED has the most amazing display from these two, and everything looks brighter, it's more clear, it looks better, I have to say. The differences between, look here, we have these three, and I hope the camera will catch, I will say it again, the differences, but here it's blending in a way with the fog on the background. Here we notice the fog, look, moving in the air with some particles. Just look at them. So there's no debate. Steam Deck OLED, it's way better than has a way better display than Asus ROG Ally. As you know, Steam Deck OLED has a 7.4 inch OLED panel. Asus ROG Ally has a 7 inch IPS panel. It has 120 Hz refresh rate. This one has 90 Hz refresh rate. Asus ROG Ally has the advantage of the hardware. It's more powerful. At this point, the devices are set to run with the same watts. Let's see if we set this one at 10 watts and also this one is set to 10 watts. We have 900p resolution here and on Steam Deck 800. So this is what we get. Let's activate this. Okay, we have 10 watts. We have a projected battery life of 4 hours with 83% battery. That means you can reach up to 5 hours or more on Steam Deck. Here we have 10 watts, 900p resolution, and we have a total extraction of 18 watts. That means you will play 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that, maybe 2 hours. Sorry, this is my mistake. Here we have the battery at 65%. Here we have it at 83%. So the projected battery life for this one with 100%, if we have an extraction of 17-18 watt hour, yes, 2 hours and 20 minutes, something like that. Here we have more than 4 hours, up to 5 hours with a full percentage. Let's try something else. If I put this one at 7 watts, let's see what happens. Okay, the frame rate will drastically drop. Let's set it at 8 watts. Also here at 8, apply. And let's see what happens with each device. Here we still have 90 frames, 4 hours with 82%, that means 5 hours or more with a full battery. Here we have optimization problems. We have that's 8 watt profile active. Let's hit here, but still the device will extract a lot of power. You will reach 3 hours with a full battery now at this point, almost 3 hours. So the debate on the battery, it's clear. Steam Deck OLED has a better battery life, even if you lower the watts here, you won't get the same battery life as on Steam Deck. Look here, if I lower the game at 3 watts, let's see what happens. We have 30 frames, and let's see the projected battery life immediately. Let's see here. Here it is in the corner. Let's wait for it to adjust. It has crazy values at this point. It's increasing more than 5 hours with 80% battery, and it's increasing. Let's wait and let's see. It's going up to 6 hours. Wow, you can reach, that means you can reach 8 hours of gameplay with this game set to these values. Yes, we have at this point a projected battery life of 6 hours at 7 watts. Here we have an extraction of 15 watts, even if the device is set to run with 8 watts. So definitely this is it. It's clear. The optimization on Steam Deck OLED, it's incredible. You cannot beat something like this. We have 6 hours at this point with 82% of battery. That means you can reach 7-8 hours of gameplay here with a full battery in this game with these values. Anyway, so discussing the display, Steam Deck OLED has the best display. It's bigger, it's an HDR OLED, it looks better. We cannot say anything related to this aspect. Even if I increase the game resolution at 1080p, let's go here to graphics. It seems that the game was at 720, but it won't affect the quality here on the display. At this point I have 1920 at 1080, so at this point the game is running with 1080p resolution. Look here, let's go back, let's activate the maximum watts and look at this. Again, I don't know if the camera will do justice, but for the gamer here in front of this, the colors here on Steam Deck OLED are amazing. But again, Asus ROG Ally has a lot to offer, and it's not a so huge difference. Look here, another point where you can notice the big difference between the display. So at this point you will ask, which one is my favorite? Well, let's discuss, because it's up to the gamer to choose. As I said, Asus ROG Ally, it's the most powerful of these two. Has a better hardware, but only the display and the battery, these two are drawing back this device to be the best. Okay, let's focus on them. As I said, this one has the most powerful hardware. It's well optimized, it's well balanced here with options for the player. You can do a lot from these shortcuts. You can select the watts here. You have now even a manual mode where you can select the power that you want to drain from the battery. So you press apply and that's it. You have the possibility to choose between 720p, 900p and 1080p resolution, very fast. You have all kind of shortcuts here which are really useful, and great sound, great speakers, nice LED here, RGB lights, great controls. You have even on the back 2 buttons. But let's go to Steam Deck OLED. Steam Deck OLED, it's basically Steam Deck 2. Now it has a better battery, a better display, and it has all the advantages from the old device. Here on the back we have 4 buttons, which is another advantage. Let's put this one to silent mode. And the advantage over Steam Deck, the advantages of Steam Deck OLED over the Asus Rog Ally. As I said, optimization. You cannot beat this software. You know, my favorite device in the future would be a hardware from this one with the display of Steam Deck and the design and the software, because this is really optimized. So if you want the best optimization and the best experience, if you want indeed a portable console, well, Steam Deck is that device. If you are a PC player, a PC gamer, if you like to customize everything, if you don't like limitations, if you want to run any game, and the hardware which is very powerful, well, Asus ROG Ally is the choice. The disadvantages are there. You won't have a battery that good like on Steam Deck OLED here, because you extract only 15 watts. Let me show you here. The maximum that you can choose here on Steam Deck OLED is this one, 15 watts. Here on Asus ROG Ally you can go up to 25 watts in manual mode, and you can reach 35 watts if you connect the charger. So if you connect any charger to it, you will get a boost for the hardware, which is almost double than the one available here on Steam Deck OLED. So this is important, because in AAA games Asus ROG Ally will offer the best experience. Now maybe the decision what to choose is this one. Do you like to play AAA games or not? Because on Asus ROG Ally you will be able to play any AAA game, or almost any AAA game here at a good quality. On Steam Deck you will be limited at if the game is compatible or not with SteamOS, with Steam Deck, and you will be also limited with these 15 watts. Some games require more, so if you want to play AAA games you will need these 20-25 watts, which means a more powerful hardware, but you will drain the battery very fast. What can I say? In AAA games, maybe you'll play 1 hour with Asus ROG Ally if you play at maximum capacity in turbo mode, or you can go up to 1 hour and a half. Here, for example, if I play Star Wars Jedi Survivor on Steam Deck OLED, I have up to 3 hours of gameplay, even more, something like that, as far as I remember at this point. But you won't get the same quality as here on Steam Deck, as on Asus ROG Ally. So the choice, it's yours. If you play medium games, indie games like this one, if you accept some AAA games to play with low settings, and if you value more the optimization and the portability of a console, a real console, Steam Deck is the choice. If you want a portable PC, Asus ROG Ally is the choice, because Asus has power, but it doesn't have optimization because it has Windows on it. Here with SteamOS, you have really good optimizations and a very good battery life, an incredible display, but you won't be able to play most of the AAA games. So in rest, this device, it's fantastic. So at this point, it's very hard for me to choose because I mainly play on PlayStation Portal, and for medium games I would prefer this one, because also it has a standby mode like this. I hit the button here, it's entering in standby mode. When I press the button, the game is here and it's ready for me. It doesn't require anything. On Windows it's not the same thing. The battery will drain very fast. The device probably will start by itself at some point, and you cannot put the game in standby like this. So this is another huge aspect. And also the vents here, the noise that the ventilators are making. Here we have two fans on Asus ROG Ally. On Steam Deck we have a bigger one, only one fan. It's very quiet, it won't bother you, and it's a real pleasure to play on that device. Here, once you start to increase the power here, look, we are now in turbo mode, 25 watts, you will hear the fans. And this may be a problem. Anyway, Asus ROG Ally has a lot to offer, and as I said, is the most powerful device at this point. If we analyze these two, it has a lot of features. We have even a fingerprint scanner here. You can play anything on it, I have to say, but if you want a bigger display, an OLED and optimization and better battery, go with Steam Deck. At this point, for me, the best device, if you ask me, for strictly for medium games, indie games, it's Steam Deck. If you go higher to AAA games, you should orient yourself for Asus ROG Ally, or I don't know, for Legion Go if it's for you. That device, it's not for me. Or why not to PlayStation Portal, which, as I said, it's my favorite at this point. So this is how I play at this point. Medium games, indie games on Steam Deck. It has portability, it has everything you want. AAA games, this device. Even if it doesn't have the best battery life, but you can get an external battery, or you can connect a charger, and problem solved. So I really hope I clarified some aspects. Of course, you will ask, the trackpads, well, in some games they are useful. I don't really use them. If you ask about joysticks, well, Steam Deck indeed has a better experience, a better feeling, but also another advantage with the gyroscope activated by a touch here on the joystick. On Asus Rog Ally we have now a gyroscope active for the games. You have to activate it from the software, but if I stay longer here with this game, I will definitely say wow, Steam Deck OLED, it's amazing at this point. Look. There's no debate at this point that Steam Deck OLED looks gorgeous, but again, in AAA games it's a problem.